You were not able to strike and curse me a little while ago. Your curse would have reduced me to ashes. Why did you not lay your curse upon me? I would have preferred that, rather than see you so inept, so enfeebled, such a finished, defeated man. Be quiet. No. Are you afraid that John may hear? Are you afraid that at long last he may realise who you are and he may leave you? Ah, so you are afraid, although you play the hero. Yes, you are afraid. And you are afraid of me. You are frightened. That's why you could not curse me. That's why you pretend to love me, whereas you hate me. To blandish me. To keep me quiet. You know that I am powerful. You know that I am the power. The power that hates you and will defeat you. I promised you that I will follow you until death, offering you everything. And I have offered you everything. And I will be near you until your hour and mine. What a magnificent king who cannot curse and drive people away. King of clouds, idle king, foolish king, liar, betrayer of your own destiny. You have always despised me since the first time we met. You have not corresponded to me. You thought you were wise. You're an idiot. I taught you the good road. But you, oh, you are the pure one. You are the creature that is man, but is God. And you despise the advice of the intelligent one. You have been mistaken since the first moment. And you are mistaken. You are... The torrent of words stops suddenly. And a lugubrious silence replaces so much clamour. And a lugubrious stillness after so many gestures. Because, while I was writing, without being able to say what was happening, Judas, bending just like a wild dog that points a prey and approaches it, ready to dash on it, has come closer and closer to Jesus, with a face that it was impossible to look at, his fingers hooked like claws, his elbows pressed against his sides, as if he were on the point of assailing Jesus, who does not show the least sign of fear, and moves, turning round to open the door with his back to the other, who could attack him, seizing him by his neck. But he does not do that. And Jesus opens the door and looks to see whether John has really gone away. The corridor is empty and almost dark, as John has closed the door opening onto the kitchen garden after going out. Jesus then bolts the door and leans against it, waiting, without a gesture or word, for the fury to abate. I'm not competent, but I do not think that I'm wrong if I say that Satan himself spoke through Judas's lips, and that this is a moment of obvious possession by Satan of the perverted apostle, who is already on the threshold of the crime and is damned through his own will. The very manner how the torrent of words stopped, leaving the apostle dumbfounded, reminds me of other scenes of possession seen in the 3 years of Jesus' public life. Jesus, leaning against the door, all white against the dark wood, does not make the least gesture. Only his eyes, powerful in grief and fervour, look at the apostle. If one could say that eyes pray, I should say that Jesus' eyes are praying while he looks at the wretch. Because not only authority transpires from those eyes, which are so distressed, but also the fervour of prayer. Then, towards the end of Judas's words, Jesus opens his arms, so far held pressed against his body, but he does not open them to touch Judas, or to make any gesture towards him, or to raise them towards the sky. He opens them horizontally, taking the posture of the crucified there against the dark wood and the reddish wall. It was then that the last words from Judas's lips slow down, and he utters that "ah" that interrupts his speech. Jesus remains still, with his arms stretched out, with his eyes always fixed on the apostle, with a look of sorrow and prayer. And Judas, like one coming out of delirium, rubs his forehead and sweaty face with his hand. He thinks, he recollects, and remembering everything, he collapses on the floor. Whether weeping or not, I do not know. He certainly falls on the floor, as if his strength failed him,